The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. Cooper's got it. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That goes as a gain of 36 on 3rd down.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. He's going to let it. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Amari Cooper. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. After the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Let's go. Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. Thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Safety creep. Monday. Red.
Here's Flacco. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Sanders. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Here's Flacco off the play fake to Lindsey. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now here's Mahomes. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Sua Cravens with a pick.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
57. Mike, 57.
Flacco fakes the give. Sets to throw. Looking for Sanders. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the 3rd quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the 2nd half.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. 2nd quarter action, 1:56 remaining. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Hey, 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. Switch it.
Play action. Flacco. Under pressure, and Flacco's going to be dropped. Ray Armstrong. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Now after the sack, Flacco and the Broncos come up 3rd and long.
3 wide. 3 wide.
3rd and long for Joe Flacco. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A big play there just before halftime. 41 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. From the gun, Flacco. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
And they'll find Sutton on the right side complete. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. The Broncos on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. And again, it's Flacco to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Sanders. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the 1st down marker. They get only 4 that time, as that leads us to a 4th down. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. This will be taken very short. And this does not end well as he's going to be out of bounds here at his own 5-yard line.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
The Browns drive about to get started. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half.
And Mahomes is going to go down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety. So the defense does their job. They get rid of that 0 on the scoreboard. Now we'll see if their offense can come to play.
Well, that's the way you get things started, right? Score yourself on defense, get the ball back for your offense, and tell them, let's go. We're in the game now.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start.
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Deshaun Hamilton, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos get a bit closer. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10.
Check 31, check 31. Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip.
Mahomes now on 1st down. Forced out to his left. Mahomes hit. He lost the football, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Alert 3, alert 3, alert 3.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. No, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his 2nd there.
I think it's pretty safe to say that when you're up 3 touchdowns, the last thing you want to do is hang one up there and put it in jeopardy and possibly get it intercepted. Get a nice lead, you should be able to protect it. But if you get careless with the football, look out.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Mahomes going to throw. Flush to his right. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off here, the 32. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and say, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down. 1st and 10 here for Flacco. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
57's a Porkers.
You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want it.
Check 13.
Regular.
On second down, it's Lindsey. And this Browns defense coming to life. They get him behind the line for a second straight play. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Fellas, they don't want it. Keep playing hard, fellas.
God says, wait. 20.
Woo! Let's get it.
Regular. Gun.
Mike, 57. Hey, here I come.
Hey, Foxtrot.
Flacco off play action. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Jannard Avery in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. On second and very short, Mahomes flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have gets chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions maybe in the back of his mind. An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
Right on these two. Yellow.
Now this time Mahomes will throw. He's going to go for a big play down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys.
Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. The D-tackle Sheldon Richardson came barreling in for the sack. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Flacco on the give to Lindsey. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Now Flacco. Now a hit, and Flacco drops the football. It's loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now Landry. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Browns drive about to get started. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Sua Cravens drops him for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up 4th down. Here's Britton Colquitt now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Here's Britton Colquitt now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Taken in at the 22. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Check back 33. Check back 33.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Phillip Lindsay, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
Like 80.
57. Ricky. 5-0.
Flacco from the gun. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Greedy Williams, the rookie from LSU. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Dontrell Hilliard, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
And that's another route that defenders would vote to take out of the game.
The wheel route?
Oh, without a doubt. You're just trying to move everybody in one direction. And whether it's a running back or another receiver, as they zip out on the sideline, you've got a problem on your hands.
Yeah, well, the defenders hate it there. It happened, and it resulted in a touchdown. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Flacco looks to throw. On the crossing route, complete. It's Sanders. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one covers 29 yards. First down. They look to throw on 1st and 10 with Flacco. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Sione Takitaki. He's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Here's Flacco. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. They'll wind up losing 7 yards on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and very long.
50.
Behind, side, 180.
I'm coming.
Yo, we.
Passing play. Flacco. Sanders has it over the middle. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Under pressure, and Flacco's going to be dropped. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning.
Get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
Hey, check 24.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. Another try after the 1st down sack. Mahomes going to throw deep for the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. They come out here in the eye.
Let's go.
15.
SOS.
They'll try to run with Hunt, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. The Broncos on 3rd down. A pretty anemic, a very anemic 1 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and now a hit, and Flacco drops the football. It's loose. And they take over already 5 yards deep into the red zone at the 15-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
15, yellow.
Now at after the fumble recovery. It's Mahomes. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Demetrius Harris, the intended target. That'll bring up second down. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Bradley Chubb racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Going to need better protection here. Third and long following the sack for Mahomes and company. Now Mahomes. And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
On first and 10, it's Lindsey. 9 yards is the pick up there, and they'll have a second and 1. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, second and a yard.
Watch time. Tight end right.
One last gasp for Flacco. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Cleveland, they continue to cruise through this first half of the schedule as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, the difficult season continues as they drop to 1-8. And they're going to get an extra week to stew over this as they're not back in action until week 11. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.